This is my view out the front of my door. In the wintertime, it's actually not bad. I want to apologize, guys. It has been probably a better part of a month since I've uploaded. And I'd like to say that, I'd like to have an excuse for you. Say, oh, this come up, that come up, couldn't get to whatever. But it just comes down to I've been lazy. I just haven't really been feeling like working on the Mustang. It's gotten pretty cold out actually in the last month. Pretty much right after that last video, it started to get colder and colder. Right now, we haven't gotten Daniel's garage set up to be running the heater or anything like that, so just been kind of not motivated to work on it. But we're gonna go get something done today. I gotta go pay my phone bill, then we're going, and we're gonna probably put the rest of that dash in. Don't know if I'll get the actual dashboard itself put in, but the wiring harness and all that, the frame for the dash is going to go in. I want to test the blower motor and make sure it works, because obviously there's not going to be any AC in the car. I said that before, but I need to make sure the defrost works in the wintertime so that heat, so it'll blow and defrost the window, because I don't mind being cold, like driving, but having an iced up windshield is dangerous. So let's get to it. We got about 20 miles to go, guys. Let's do this. Push it to the limit. See, I can't really do all these fancy driving in the car edits to show the scenery, because no matter which way you look, it's all the same around here, and it would just be a minute or so, or however long it would be, of just cornfields and farmhouses and stuff. Ain't no buildings or nothing to look at. So yeah, that kind of blows. Well, we made it. We're gonna get some gas now. Well, I won't be going anywhere just yet, so I think I'm gonna sit here and eat the slices of pizza I picked up inside. This is a commonplace occurrence around here. You get stopped by trains all the time. Alright guys, bit of a change of plan here. Instead of working on the Mustang just yet, we're gonna work on the neon heater controls. Because if you look at this here, you can see the temperature control here. It'll go full hot, but it will only go to right in the middle. But when it's in the middle position, it's getting full cold, and when you have it all the way down here, it's as if it were in the middle. It's just not even barely warm. And then the selection switch doesn't work at all. No matter what you put it on, it always comes out like, which position is it? This one here. It comes out on all vents no matter what. But the blower motor works. The speed changes just fine. So yeah, we're trying to see what's going on with these two, because it's cold and I would like for my heater to work. So
oh,
change that.
It looks like it's not even it's supposed to be socketed like that. Well, that one like falls loose too. See that?
I have no, maybe not. Maybe.
It's probably supposed to be pinching them.
I bet that plastic coating is supposed to be underneath that metal clip. But who knows? I didn't take it apart and put it back together. Yeah, I guarantee that cable's not supposed to be loose like that, just dangling in the back there. Yeah, look, you can see the indentation on that casing where that clip was supposed to be.
Where it used to be.
Yeah, not sure if we're gonna get to the Mustang tonight, but I kind of do want to wait. I got to thinking about it because in order to put this dash piece back in, the whole wiring harness for the engine side, like the chassis side, like to go to the battery for the lights and all that stuff, has to come out through the engine bay. And I don't really want to have to tape it up and worry about moving it out of the way. So I think I might, not tomorrow, but the next day, I have another day off. And I think I'll get the paint in the engine bay. And then once that's dry, then we'll put the dash in. And I kind of want to take the brake booster there off before I paint, or, you know, prep it to be painted, sand it down, all that stuff. And I'm going to take the brake distribution block and unbolt it and move it away and just kind of paint around that. I'm not going to take all the brake lines off and stuff. I'm not going to take the sway bar off. I'm not going to take the steering rack off like we did on the other car. It's going to get painted all satin black anyway, so any spots that I miss might be hard to tell anyway. It'll be done slowly but surely. Here's an update, guys. We've gotten all of this tore out. We got the dash pad off. You can see we got it to where we could flip the heat over, so that part works. But now we're trying to get to where the selection works, so you can select defrost and all that. And we're not exactly sure what's going on, but that right there is jammed somehow. We don't know if it's the track that guides it there in the back, where you see all that yellow grease on it or whatever, or what. But yeah, that door down there won't open. Alright guys, so it was just not on the track correctly. So Daniel got it, he was messing with it and got it set to the correct position on that track back there where that arm, that little pivot arm is. And it seems to work now. As you can see, that door is wide open. Alright guys, it's all back together. So now I'm probably going to go out and drive it around and let it get actually pretty hot and test the heat, make sure it works. It is low on coolant, so I'll probably have to top it off. I probably won't film any more tonight, guys, because my phone's about to die. So the next clip will be my next day off, and we'll get some more stuff done. Alright, it's another day, guys, and like I said, we're going to get started painting on the Mustang, so let me show you what we're doing right now. We got this here. Daniel was taking the wire wheel to, and I got started on removing a lot of like bolts and stuff, and I removed the hood prop and some other stuff. And what?
I was saying my trunk straps aren't working.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to take the wheels off, and we're gonna take the bumper off and take this fender off, and then maybe the brake booster, and start painting. So we pretty much got all the primer on. I've used the 2 cans that I bought, and it's not perfect, but it's good enough. I'm not too concerned with the paint job. I just wanted it to look better than what it did. It's not a show car, you know. It's just gonna be a car to have fun. But yeah, now that this is done, I'm gonna go ahead and start putting the black on, and I'm gonna go ahead and paint that black as well, that brake booster there, and get rid of all that gold overspray on it. No, that isn't dirt. That's gold paint overspray from when I painted the other car. And yeah, so we're gonna throw the black on it, and that black will cover up most of the imperfections. Guys, got the black on. This is like one coat. And I think I went a little bit heavy on it. So it's still quite wet in some spots. As you can see, it's still really glossy in some areas. It's supposed to be like a satin black finish. So not like flat, but not high gloss either. Right there is kind of a good indication of what it's going to look like when it's finished. But yeah, it's kind of chilly out. So this is probably going to take quite a few hours to dry because it's, you know, dropping below it's getting into the 30s, I think, low 40s, high 30s, maybe. I haven't checked the temperature. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let that sit overnight. I'm going to go see what Daniel's doing. He's working over at Derek's house. I'm going to go see what he's working on. And then I'm going to probably get something to eat, go home, and get ready for work tomorrow. And I'll be back to put more paint on this thing as soon as I get off work tomorrow. So, alright guys, so I just got off of work. And we're here at Daniel's. And the car actually doesn't look too bad. It turned out better than I thought it was going to, considering the amount of prep that I didn't do compared to the first time when I painted the other one gold. Yeah, so I'll show you what it looks like, and I'm actually quite surprised with how it turned out. You can see it came out all pretty good, nice and even. Could be better in some spots, but like I said, I'm happy with the way it turned out. I like it better than the gold. I mean, because you can't really go wrong with black. Black never really looks bad. Yeah, I didn't paint the cross member just because I didn't want to have to remove the steering rack and everything else, and I didn't want to have to paint around it. And it's not like it's going to matter too much because the engine's going to be right here and you're not really going to see the cross member. But Daniel was telling me when I was inside just a minute ago, Jeremiah was complaining about it. He was saying, you know, wondering why I didn't paint it or whatever. I guess not really complaining, but yeah, just Jeremiah. Looks pretty good. That's probably going to be it for this video. It's taken me far longer than I would have liked to get this wrapped up. But now I can go ahead and get it edited and get it out because it's taken me way too long to get a video out. In the next video I'm going to be putting up, now that the engine bay is actually painted and done, I'm going to go ahead and continue putting the dash in, like the harness and all that, because now I don't got to worry about having to paint around the wires and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that'll be one thing that's going to happen, and hopefully that shouldn't take too long to get that in the car. And if it doesn't, we're going to start, I'm going to install the clutch cable that I got, which I bought a BBK aftermarket clutch cable with a firewall adjuster and a billet aluminum quadrant, so it replaces the old factory plastic one. I don't really know if I want to tackle pulling the engine just yet. I mean, it's ready to drop in. I mean, this car's ready to have it dropped in for the most part, but I don't know if I want to start that yet. It just kind of depends on how we're all feeling, if we want to unbolt transmissions and all that. Yeah, it's gonna get done. Just when, it's just kind of whenever if we feel up to it, but it's gonna have to be done eventually, so can't put it off forever. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and always, we'll catch you in the next one.